dilute add them to eat that food. That's why women are at the bad side. Women are stamped as evil from the prehistoric time. So among some culture and some religion. Why this happened? Because men always want to exploit women, and men want to stamp women as a soulless creature. Even in the case of Christianity in the 17th century, the people believe, the Christians, the majority of the Christians believes that women don't have any soul. So that was the belief in the 17th century Christians, and they have a debate going on in between. The decision from the debate was women don't have any soul. So this was a forceful way of exploiting women. They use this method to exploit women, and they try to make them submissive to them, to men. But what happens is that another side of the same coin is that men use more intellectual way. We can see in the history they exploit the women using more intellectual way. What is that more intellectual way? Teach them they become something great by making submissive to them. For example, some of you know that there is a system in India called Devadasi. Still it preserved in Hyderabad, in the outer coast regions of Andhra Pradesh. They still Devadasis. What is Devadasis actually means? That means from the past of India, they got a Hindu belief that a girl child is presented to the temple and she becomes the dasi of the goddesses or the dasi of the god. She also became a small goddesses. So that's how she acquires more respect from men. Normally, as a partner, as a human creature, men requires respect and love and affection from his counter male. So what happens in that time period, the men never gives women any respect and love and affection. Except some exceptions are there, but still the women doesn't get any kind of respect and love and affection. So the men teachers taught these women that if you become a Devadasi, you become goddesses. We worship goddesses and you become a god. So what is the job of actually these Devadasis? They are there to satisfy the sexual need of men. So Devadasis is actually a means to exploit, sexually harass or exploit women. So as far as they are concerned, the women, the Devadasis are concerned, as with how much they can entertain a male, that is a way to get more rewards, and she become a god. That is a method. Another way of this system is men teaching women. Men taught women that they become god in another manner. What is that manner? That a man, I am a husband, and if I die, my wife have to jump into the burning body, or the chida. It is called chida. So she have to jump into that burning fire and become Sati Devi. So I don't want my wife to enjoy her life after me. So I become possessive in that manner. I want her to jump into my burning fire. So that much negative way the men exploited the women in the past. But the present, yesterday's where the male chauvinism were in the high, but today we are living in the radical feministical world where women can do anything, where even she can climb on tree and jump, whatever she can do. She can even dance nakedly. There is no problem in that. She is getting lot of freedom by doing. She can do anything. This is the new world with more freedom and more liberation, and we are living in the century of women liberalization. That is what we are taught. But you actually remove the specks of these women, radical women feminism, radical feministical view, and look through it using your open eye. You will see some truth there. What is today? There is a book called Female Chauvinistical Pig. It's a good book reading the Western radical, how the Western radical radical feminism is failing. It's a very good book to read on those topics. So now the feministical view will help whom? We have to analyze that. Today a girl child is taught like, if you become an air hostess, you are elevated to a higher level, higher degree of womanhood. You become more liberal and you become equal to men. If you want to become equal to men, you can fly all around the world. What is actually a air hostess? A holified, purely a holified waitresses. A flight attendant is very modified waitress or a bartender. Why? Because if you know the secret agendas of the airlines, what they told the air hostess, they are serving liquor to the customers. Usually, you know, when a guy is drunk, what if the attractive woman is near her? Normally, he will molestate her. What is the airline hidden agenda is? If a man places hand on her private part, don't make that much problems. Be silent and move on. That is what their agenda is. So here we have to think about it. Here women is elevated, women get more respect, or position is degraded or not. Now another position, our girl children are told like, becoming a model or actresses is like elevating higher than man. This is what the girl child is learning from her childhood. But we have to go to the life of the first world supermodel, Gia Carranzo. She died with AIDS. In her last days, her nurse shared a thought with her. Her nurse doesn't know where she was a supermodel in her older days. Now she was a very skeleton body. So she shared the thought of her little daughter that my little daughter wants to be a supermodel. What was the reply? What was the reply of Gia was? Gia suddenly shouted like this, "Don't do that. I used to be a supermodel and my life is like this. Do you want your child to be like me?" This is what Gia's reply to her nurse thoughts. We have to analyze Gia's life. She became a supermodel and fly around the world. Around the globe she flied, but all around the world her body was, her meat was needed by men. Men needs her meat, but he doesn't need her mind and a thought. She was alone in her house, alone in her luxury life. She started using drugs. The last year week survey on models' life. What they are telling us, 99% of models are used to drugs. Why? Because they want to. They are in a high level of self-depression. They are in a high level of depression due to this thing. There is no one to share the heart. Everyone needs their body. This is the situation of a model. So that was. Again, we have an example from Delhi. Our supermodel, India's supermodel, Nadasha Nagpal was found from Delhi 2 years back with AIDS, selling her body in a street market to for a small amount of money for her drugs. She was selling her body in a street market. India's first supermodel was found by the media from Delhi slum. So a model's life is ending like this. Is this the liberation of women? Again, we take the example of a housewife, a modern, a working class housewife. When a woman get a job, we say it's a liberation. Just analyze. When a housewife used to go to job, what is her daily routine? Morning she wake up before the sunrise and she started all her household works, and she sent her children to the school, and she sends her husband to the office, and she rushed to her office to work. And what her boss told her? She scolded her. Normally he will scold her because of her late coming. And after the whole work, she returned to home to complete the work. She left the in her home, and during those hours she have to interfere with the children in her homeworks, and also lot of activities she have to interfere. Also she have to go to her husband to the parties wearing attractive dress and looking attractive. That is a main need. And also she has to, at the night, she doesn't get a time because she has to be sexually attractive in the bed. She has to sexually satisfy her husband. And after that, what she has to do? She doesn't get any time. She has to go for gym to making her body in a good shape. Why? Because only if she got a good shape, her husband got her to parties. So this is the life of today's working class wife. This is a life. So men are actually men are actually exploiting women. They need their money. They are like a slave today. So this is a liberation for women. So you have to understand that there are some good episodes in the history about women liberalization. 1400 years ago, there came a prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He came to the liberation, the salvation of all humanity. Not for men, not for Arabs, not for Saudi Arabians, not for Indians. He came for the liberation of whole humanity. And he came also for the liberation of women. And what was the situation? What was the history before Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Or his lifetime? What was the situation? What was the status of women in that civilization? We have to analyze. Women are considered as a property. It is an inheritable property. If a person died, his wife can be inherited by his brother. That kind of way women are considered as a property. And the female children are buried alive in that period. There is an economic right for a woman. In that condition, women is considered as a soulless creature, something below the men, something far below the men.